Hi guys, today I'm with Jornel A1 Lugo with MMA on. Jornel, how's it going?
What's going on, man? So far, so good. Just relaxing in the hotel right now in the bubble.
How was the flights?
How was the flight?
Yeah,
Smooth, smooth. Yeah, it was real smooth. I flew alone. Very smooth ride on JetBlue, man. I just slept the whole time, to be honest. Slept and meditated.
hmm and like with you said that you went there alone, like on the plane. Like, are you bringing your coaches with you, or like are they meeting you up sometime later, or what's going on?
Yeah, a couple of my coaches are already over here in Connecticut. I'm from Florida, and the coach that's gonna come with me on Tuesday, he's not gonna be able to make it, so it's just gonna be my coaches from over here in Connecticut. So yeah, I'm traveling alone right now.
hmm And I know you're quarantined inside the bubble right now, but how many COVID tests do you actually have to take before the fight?
I mean, I took one before I left, before I hopped on my flight, and then I took one just today, and then we will be taking another one. I think on Wednesday. I think we take another one or Tuesday, something like that. So three.
Gotcha.
And I was just here a month ago, cornering my friend, so I had to do like two COVID tests then. So COVID testing left and right.
Yeah, and this isn't your first rodeo in Bellator. You made your debut like more than a year ago. Then you went to a different promotion. Uh, like what does your Bellator contract look like right now?
Oh, right now, I didn't have a contract at that point.
hmm
But this one will be for a contract. I'm kind of doing like almost like a contender series type of deal. So
Yeah,
I'm fighting this fight, and if I win, if they like me or whatever the case is, they'll definitely sign me after this fight. So this one is a big one for me. So I got to definitely go out there and school this guy so I can get that contract.
yeah, awesome. And with Bellator, you said that you had the division on lock. That's you're gonna run through the division. Is there like any like names that you have in mind? Any like dream fights that you're looking forward to?
Well, when did I say that?
Or like I think in your like not run through the division, but I think you said that you had Bellator on lock. I think in your debut.
Okay, I don't even remember, but okay, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of top guys. I got my eyes on every all the guys in the division. From the champ, Juan Archuleta, Patchy Mix, Sergio Pettis, Stotson, Keith Lee, all of them. I keep my eyes on all of them. There's probably more. Leandro Higo, Dudu Dantis. I'll keep a close eye on every single one of them because those are all the guys that eventually I'm definitely gonna have to fight. I'm gonna have to walk through, and they're gonna be the ones that build my resume one day. But one fight at a time. Right now, I got to focus on Skyler Sutu, and I got to definitely get him out the way. This is very important for me. They're all important, but this one is the one I'm really locked in right now for.
hmm And looking at the Bantamweight division, like it's a Shark Tank, like all the names that you've mentioned. And the UFC also has like a big Shark Tank. But do you think Bantamweight's like the toughest division in mixed martial arts right now?
Probably. I mean, it's probably one of them because I mean, if you think about like ONE FC, their little guys are all tough. In UFC, the 35 division is full of dogs. So is the 55 division and the 170-pound division. So those are like the three toughest divisions probably in UFC. And then in Bellator is probably going to be 135 and 170 and 145. Yeah, 145, 135, and 170. So I think 135 is definitely one of the toughest divisions in each organization. There's so many guys.
hmm And I think Dana White recently announced that the Ultimate Fighter is coming back in the bantamweight divisions and the middleweight divisions. Um, like, have you had your eyes kind of on that, and like, have you been like reached out by like promoters to pursue that?
No, I mean, honestly, the Ultimate Fighter is not something I'm really too interested in. I just don't like the idea of going away for weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, I know it could be good though because it's gonna build you up, but if I were gonna go in that direction, I would just go contender series. I wouldn't really want to go to the Ultimate Fighter, but right now I'm glad I got the opportunity to get inside Bellator and get a contract here. So I'm happy here right now for the moment.
hmm And you're facing off against another undefeated prospect in Skyler Sutu. What do you think of him as an opponent going into this fight?
I think he's good. I think he's a good fighter. It seems like a good guy. I mean, I don't know him or anything like that, but definitely seems like a good fighter. So I gotta be on my P's and Q's. I'm doing everything to make sure that when I get in there, I'm gonna school him. I don't want to just beat him. I don't want to get into a close fight. I want to outclass him and dominate him. And finish him. That's the goal here. So that's why I'm super focused. Anybody anybody that knows me knows how focused I am and how locked in I am for this fight.
Yeah, and in recent interviews, he said that he's trying to showcase his striking because he's been matched up against a lot of wrestlers in his fights. So he's looking to showcase his striking. Watching his film, like how would you rate his striking from like 1 to 10?
He's a Muay Thai fighter, but he has some footwork. I think he's pretty good. I see he has some feints as well. So I think he's a pretty high level striker. I really couldn't rate him 1 through 10 because I haven't been in there with him yet. So once I get in there and I see what's going on with him, I'll be able to give you a more fair assessment. But from what I do see from the outside, it looks like he's good though.
Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to talk about like your relationship with Paradigm. When did you first sign with the Paradigm Sports?
I signed with Paradigm after my first Bellator fight last year. So last October, right when I was done, I was already in talks with them from before that. I had a relationship with them for a little while, and then they told me after this fight, come talk to us. So when I went out there and I did what I had to do, and on my first Bellator performance, they gave me a contract, and we've been working together ever since. They've been real good to me.
Awesome. And I kind of want to dive in straight into your nickname. I'm a big fan of nicknames. Like I always ask the fighters like on how they got their nicknames. A1's obviously like one of the better ones I've heard. But how did you get that nickname?
I was just thinking about it. Like I was thinking about what nickname I wanted before. I remember they used to call me the Body Snatcher because I used to go to the Body a lot. Well, I do go to the Body a lot. Definitely, I was just looking for one, and I was thinking like, dang, what can I be? What can I be? And I was thinking, and I was like, I want something that defines like kind of how I feel. Like I feel like I'm a sharp fighter, like a pristine fighter. Something that's gonna explain me, like like a perfect fighter. And I was like, I forgot how I came across it, but I was like A1. I'm gonna be A1, Jornel A1 Lugo, because my skills are A1.
Nice. And
Yeah.
like I guess besides your nickname, like looking at other fighters' nicknames, like if you had to pick one, like what fighter has the best nickname in mixed martial arts besides you, obviously?
The best nickname. I think the most iconic right now has got to be, Floyd Money Mayweather, Conor, the Notorious Conor McGregor. Like those ones
Mm-hmm.
stand out. Rampage Jackson. We don't even call him his first name. We call him Rampage Jackson. It's not Quentin Jackson. So I guess the best nicknames are the ones that stick out the most. Rampage Jackson, like John Bones Jones. Those are just big names, but yeah, I guess the ones that you think of the nickname before you even think of them. Like because then you got like Jose Aldo that you really even know what his nickname is. It's Scarface, but like
Mm-hmm.
not many people even know that. Like
Or like the Korean Zombie, like that's all you hear. You don't even hear his real name.
I don't even what is his real name? What is his name?
It's like Chansung Jung. Yeah.
Okay, look at that. I didn't know it.
Yeah. The Korean Zombie is like one of the best nicknames. So like obviously they're gonna put it in front of his name. So
Yeah, Korean Zombie. There you go. That's probably the best one then, because you don't even know his name. It's Korean Zombie. Like,
yeah. And I guess moving away from nicknames, what are some of your goals for 2021 moving forward, and how many fights do you think you want to have in next year?
definitely after I beat him and I get my contract, I want to have 3 fights next year minimum. 3 fights would be good. 3 fights. This year I only was able to get 2. Next year, if I can get 3 to 4, that would be good. I don't need to rush. I don't need to get a million fights, but I want to be active, but I want to continue to grow because in Bellator there's a lot of good guys, so I don't want to rush into it. So I definitely want to take my time and make sure I'm as good as I can possibly be. So three would be good, and I could do 4 as well. So 4 is good, 3 is good, 3 or 4 around there.
Mm. And fighters like retire undefeated in their career, like Habib. He retired at 29-0. Crazy enough, but you're 4-0. If you had to get to like a certain number, before you got to a loss, like God forbid, but if you had to like have a number next to your name with an O, like how much wins would you want to have undefeated?
It's until I retire, just like Khabib. If I could be 30-0, that would be good. If I can go out 30-0, if I can go out 25-0, however long I decide to stay in the game. I do everything I could possibly do to make sure I don't lose. Make sure I come out with the victory every fight. From praying to working hard to studying to training to thinking to reviewing in my mind, meditating. I give it everything I got. I try to make sure my rest is adequate. I give everything to try to make sure that I do have that undefeated record, Not that it matters to me. I don't think it really matters. It's all about what have you done for me lately,
Mm-hmm.
Records don't fight for people either. I'm a firm believer in that. Like, I don't really even look into records. Because a lot of times you look at people that have, if you look at people that are like 25-0, like the bigger MMA records, you look at their first fights, their first 6, 7 to 10 fights, trash cans. Not saying that any fighter who puts effort into fighting is a trash can, but like just not as good, like not high quality. So like you could be 4-0, I could be 4-0 and fought people that are not good. So I wouldn't consider that undefeated. Whereas somebody else could be 4-0 and he could have fought good fighters. I wouldn't even consider 4-0 undefeated at this point. I would say you got to be at least like 8-0 before you're undefeated. Because 4
Gotcha.
fights, you haven't fought that many times. You're only 4 fights in. How's that undefeated? My last fight, I was 3-0 and the guy was 4-0, and they're like, "This is a bout between two undefeated fighters," and I'm just like, "We haven't fought that many times." Don't call it undefeated. It's 1-0 versus 1-0. Undefeated.
Someone's O has got to go.
Well, duh. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I mean, I would definitely do want to remain undefeated, but I don't put all my stock into records and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And you took a fight from Miami. Did you grow up in Miami, or like did you move there like a couple of years ago?
I was born in New York and I was raised in Waterbury, Connecticut, which is where Bellator has their bubble at for their fights. So that's how I'm pretty much like connected around here. And then I've been in West Palm Beach for the last 7-8 years. I've been out in West Palm Beach, just enjoying the weather, enjoying the lack of snow. I love the weather. I like the lifestyle. Florida's my home, man. I'm not coming back up north. I like it. I mean, I appreciate it up here. That's where I'm from, but I love Florida, man.
Yeah, honestly, like I take the heat over the cold any day. Like
Yeah,
beaches and islands, all me,
yeah,
bro.
yes, man. The cold? No, I hate the cold.
And like, are you seeing some family? Like, because Bellator is like right in Connecticut. Like, are you seeing family like close by, or do you have any over there, or like, what's the
Most of
situation?
my family actually moved out of Connecticut as well. Most of my family moved to Florida, and I have more family that live in New York. So I don't have much family over here, but I have a lot of close friends that are gonna come hopefully visit me after the fight and come hang out with me, stuff like that after the fight, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And who do you like train with at Florida? I'm guessing it's American Top Team, right?
No, it's not American Top Team. Like I don't know
Oh, gotcha.
how to change it on Tapology, but I train at Combat Club in Lantana, Florida, and I train with like a group of guys, a few pros, mostly amateurs though. Just a bunch of guys that are focused. I usually run the MMA program with the under the helpful eye of Rodney Brewer that runs pretty much everything over there, and then I have another coach. His name is Dave Zitnik. He has like his own gym, runs out of his garage, so I go over there for work as well. But I train out of a Combat Club.
Awesome. And like what do you think like sets you apart from the pack? Like what's one thing that you like excel at more than anybody else at your gym?
Oh, in my gym, I mean, we got some pretty smart fighters over there, but it's not just like in terms of my gym, but in terms of all fighters. I think what sets me apart is my mind. Most people rely on their strength, their speed, their youth, their athleticism. Things that won't be there for them one day. Like let's say you have certain type of strength and speed at the age of 21, but you can't rely on those things when you're 40. Most people rely on things that will abandon them one day. So me, from a young age, I try to focus and dedicate myself to the skills that will last me until I'm an older age. You see what I'm saying? So I try to be a smart fighter, not a crazy athletic, strong, speedful. I mean, I try to be smart and I try to think and try to figure my way out and make the right adjustments and use my head.
Hmm. And I guess going back to Sutu, I believe this is his first fight at bantamweights. He originally wanted this to be like a catchweight bout at 140 pounds. Like, what are the like? Do you think he might miss weight? And like if they offered you a catchweight bout, would you take it?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't take it at 140. I would say it has to be at 135, and I would hope he miss weight so I can get the money, take the money. You know what I'm saying? Just miss weight and give me the purse. You can make 140 if you want. It doesn't matter to me. He can make 155, 45 if he wants. It doesn't matter to me as long as I get his cut of the purse. Either way, the fight's gonna happen, and it's gonna be the same result regardless. So more money for me is good.
Yeah. What do you have like a Mystic Mac prediction for this fight? Like, do you see by KO submission? What's your take on how this fight goes?
I think I'm gonna school him. I think I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna school him all around the board. Like wherever the fight goes, I think I'm gonna school him. I think I'm gonna be a smarter fighter. I think my stand up is better than his. I think I'm gonna school him until I get a stoppage. I'm going for the stoppage, but most importantly, school him for 3 rounds. If I can't find the stoppage, it's gonna be 3 rounds of domination of me showing everyone one thing: skills pay the bills. That's my motto.
Well, thanks, A1. I think that's all the questions I have. Appreciate your time and best of luck. Did you want to say anything to the fans before we call it a day here?
Just thank you for supporting. Tune in on Thursday at 4:00 and follow me on Instagram at A1 Lugo.
Thanks, A1. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.